because I've been home a lot, not only locked down, but also a couple of months ago I broke my leg. One of the things I wanted to do was come home and be able to go outside. And yes, it's such a confined space in the hospital, and it's also medical. You know, you just want to throw aside all that medical stuff and just go out and look at the trees or the plants or something and not think about what's going on with, you know, all your bodily organs and bits and pieces, which tends to be the focus. But anyway, I got into my electric wheelchair, which felt like a big adventure, and it was great to be moving along at a speed. I went through the park, which I always like, and there were a lot of people there enjoying the park, and past the supermarket and down the street across the road to the ice cream shop. And I was going there because they also sell cakes, to get a slice of cake for my partner's sister, who particularly likes cheesecake and who can't leave her house. So I went there, and I thought while I was there that I would get an ice cream. Why would you not get an ice cream while you were there? So I had an ice cream, and then I thought, well, here I am with this cake in my backpack and the ice cream, which if I took it home would melt. So I went round to the side street, which is this street that you can see, and I was utterly delighted to find that I could stop in the sun and take off my mask and eat the ice cream on the spot with the sun shining down on me. And then I looked further down the street, and there was actually a little family sitting on the nature strip eating their ice creams. Now I've done that 3 times, I think, and it's a real treat. Yeah, and I think I've really enjoyed being more local. You know, life has turned into a bit of a rat race, and it's kind of nice to just slow down, start to enjoy the simple pleasures as well, like having an ice cream in the sun.
Sometimes I walk to the park, a long walk. But it's fun, but it's good. I try and stick it up for myself. But I can't wear masks because I can't breathe. I love cooking, so my photos are pasta baked. Yeah, so that's the best to get. My bacon and chairs at the top. Yes, I can do into that dance class, Zumba class. Yeah, it's good thing. Yeah, I try all things cultural ones. So, Jika and exercise class.
So we like to take the dog for a walk in a few different places, and this is actually just at the end of the street where I live. We head down towards the Yarra. That's the Banyule homestead. And apparently the billabong used to be filled by the Yarra River a long time ago, but then with the changes in the water, they've regenerated the area, and Melbourne Water have been diverting water into this billabong. So they've been regenerating the area. So now you can see we've got water birds there. It's sort of fenced off, so you can't go right down to the water, but I understand there's turtles and fish and all sorts of little creatures in there. But you can hear frogs, and I always love that when you can go down and hear the frogs, because it reminds you of all the little creatures that are there but unseen. And the other thing that I really like about this is you see the changes of the sky and how they reflect in the water. I always quite like that. Since lockdown, there's a lot more people there, and a lot more people often means lots more dogs, and my dog always likes meeting other dogs when we go for walks, so that's rather nice. We often see kangaroos down there too, which is nice. Yeah, there's lots of snakes down there. We always have to be really careful, and they're starting to emerge again already.
I go walking at with trees and see birds and river and yeah.
For a walk with Clifford and Susan to outside Mosdale Court Reserve, I saw trees, a playground, a milk bar, lots of houses and a few cars parked near their houses. It was a sunny and warm day.
This is Bundoora Park, and this is my favourite tree at Bundoora Park. I moved to Kingsbury a couple of years ago, and I never really walked around Bundoora Park much before lockdown. I always found it a bit creepy, like it was haunted or something. But since lockdown, and because I haven't been able to swim, I've had to walk, and I'm in love with this park. It's massive. There's so many areas to walk to, but I always want to go near this tree when I go for my walks. It's just this beautiful tree, and depending on where you're standing, it looks completely different. There's so much wildlife in the tree, so many different kinds of birds in the tree. It's on the way to the golf course, and the other interesting thing about this walk is, it's a Darebin golf course has been closed to golfers. The community has pretty much taken over the golf course, which is fantastic. And you're seeing people playing bocce and cricket and sunbaking and dog walking, and it's just absolutely beautiful. And then when the golfers come back, there's all these angry men hitting balls. It's much nicer there's some really beautiful things about lockdown, and I think these are some of those things that you've got the time to explore your neighbourhood and what it has to offer, and the beautiful nature in your neighbourhood.
I am more comfortable walking around my property with my dog Bella. I feel safe and happy here. I take Bella for a walk up to see the horses, Alfred, Daniel and BJ. I love looking over the paddocks and being in the fresh air with Bella as she runs like a crazy dog. I throw her a stick or a ball and she's learning to play fetch, although it's hard when someone comes to visit, as she loves chasing cars, and my cat Spencer loves getting into people's cars too. I love seeing my cat Spencer and Ash outside. It's hard when Bella chases Spencer and Ash, but we all love being outside with them.
Here I am at Coburg. Pretty close to my house is in Coburg, Bell Street. That's when I go for a walk. Every week too I do it. Go out. I'm slowing all the cars down. Feel all right doing it. That was when I do it. They took a photo of me to go back home. They're making a new train line, upgrade the train line now. It's with my house staff I go out with, my key worker. No, I'll be doing it again this week, going out this week. I like this spot because it's where I live, to help people out. Thank you for today.
On the Thursday, the 10th of September, was Are You OK Day. And it was all about like speak up and open up and have a conversation and have a connection with the community, even though the physical part's not there because of the COVID restrictions. It's close to my heart, especially at this time, this current unprecedented times. It's more like having that conversation with people. It's very important to keep in contact with people, get help, get advice, have a conversation, and that's the yellow flowers are a dedication to Are You OK Day.
I always go for walks. I don't live down in the park down the road. I live near Merry Creek, so I always go for a walk down there. Yeah, because I don't drive a car, so I'll walk everywhere. It's got a big track going down there. So, yeah, I go down there every day, so, yeah. Oh, mate, it's good when you go down in the park, get exercise, so. That's my niece's dog. I just take care of him. It's a family dog. We own the dog. It's a family dog, so. His name's Couture. By the way, he's like a little Suki. He knows where he lives and he goes home on his own. The lady down the road, she's got a dog. She goes down there. Jan, she goes in there. She lives down the road from me. I just started a garden for her. Because I've got a garden at the back. I'm growing beetroot at the moment. All the people around there, they're pretty friendly around here. I know everyone in the park, so I know nearly the whole street, so I'm pretty friendly. I talk to everyone. I talk to everyone. Because I know majority of the people around my area, so. I lived in Northgate 20-something years now. My mum's got a commission house. I live with my brother, so. I usually get on the push. I'm getting a new bike, so I usually get on the bike and go bike riding. On the footpath now, I go on the roads. I ride on the road sometimes. My brother's, I'm just waiting to Kmart to open so I get my bike. You can't stay at home. I've had a mask on. I've been tested, so I haven't got corona, so. All the family's all right. I'll go shopping with my mum soon anyway, so I said I'll go and see her at 3 o'clock, so.
So this is a park near my house, probably 5 minutes from where I live now. So we go for a walk down here because it's accessible and it's really nice. The park is really open. I'm now actually, do you know what? It's funny. Since I've been on the council committees, people have recognised me who I am. Some people come up to me once and gone, "Oh, you're that guy from that council thing." I went, "Yeah, great." But it's a nice open area, lots of trees. You know, there's always a nod and always a, you know, how you going and all that kind of stuff. So I have to go with a support worker because I'm blind as a bat, because otherwise I'll fall down. Whoever comes with me has to walk in front of me because if they walk behind, then I lose track of where they are. And I don't know whether they're behind me or in front of me. So I always say to my support workers, make sure you walk a couple of meters in front of me so and don't stop because otherwise I'll run over you. It's nice to see a lot of kids around in a park now because now that you have restrictions lifted a little bit, it's nice to see the park being used actually. Feels nice to be off the computer. It's nice to get out. I like all the areas apart from the areas I can't access. I especially like the track because it's nice and smooth. On Friday nights is where I go for my dinner, and then I get noodles, and you know I've had the same thing for about same thing for 4 years, and I had the best dim sims there. I really recommend it if you want to come all the way down to Watsonia. I could probably get into it, but I need help to get over the little hump there, or the hump in the thing. Yeah, I'd like to see if we can get something done about that if the owner's amenable. Singapore noodles with extra hot chili, and 2 dim sims and a beer to be nice. Thank you very much.
This is one of my favourite places in Montmorency. I found it when I moved here, and this is called Peck's Dam. It was built in the early 1900s because this was all farmland, so it was a dam built to serve the farms. It's gone in waves of being all dried out to being really full. I went down the other day, and this photo really represents how it's a nice community space. I like going there because it's really grounding and very healing. And when you can see the wildlife living really harmoniously in a space that we live in as well. That's, I think, what makes it really nice as well. Sometimes I go and there's people and I chat and, you know, the dogs meet each other, and on the other side you can see a park bench and there's someone sitting there reading a book. There's also a family of ducks with 11 ducklings at the moment. So, yeah, it's a really nice place to go.
Yeah, this is what I see on my walk. It's many, many miles away. It's in Western Australia. This is two of many of my grandsons. These are two of the rat bags. Every time I wake up and put on my screen, this is what I see on my walk. They live in Baker's Hill, between Perth and Kalgoorlie, so in the middle of nowhere. I normally go over there every year, so there's no TV over there. I was a good child, I think, compared to what these lot get up to. I was never that bad. They like to come on to Facebook chat, so that's the way I chat with my family. Probably chat once a week. I love being part of their life. I wish I could go over there twice a year. They share me their pictures on Facebook and that sort of thing, the school sports and that sort of thing, because it's a real community over there. So they're all very community minded over there. It's very hot there and it gets very cold there during the night because it's desert heat there. So it's like 45 degrees during the day, then it goes down to, you know, -3, 4, 5 degrees at night. You can see them in bare feet, you know, they're running around on dirt and stones, and I don't need things.
Oh my God, what about me being my favorite footballer of Fitzroy, Benny Quinton? He played for Fitzroy. Superboot. That was me, yes, seeing him, yes. Back in the 80s. Every Saturday, me and my family would go down to Sunset Oval and watch Benny and Renee and Panay every Saturday. Getting together with mom and dad and my family, having a good time with the family, and then going into the room to celebrate the game. I've been walking around, going down to the Oval. I've been mucking about. Well, me and my Benny, he take cuts, and I'm Quinton, and he take cuts. I got a story to tell. In the 2003, I was being with fighters, move forward. It was the grand final, and achieving 10 minutes to go. In the final quarter, I got the ball and the kicker upon me will run by a point. Ring with fighters. I kicked the winning goal. And we won by a point. 2003.
I feel happy to get out and do some walking with my mum and dad, to have exercise as well. It's a bit of a fast walk and a bit of a slow walk as well. It is good to get out of the house and do some walking to Edwards Lake and see the nature and that Edwards Lake in the place. I wear my face mask when I go out to the park. It's good to look at the water because it has ducks in the water. So I do talk to other people at the park when I go there with my camp. I say to them, hello, how's your day been from a distance? They say that's good. I have to social distance because of the COVID-19. So I do stop and smell the flowers when I'm walking as well, to bring out the bees and the flowers. The wind blowing through the trees, birds singing. I took a photo of that with my phone. It looks a bit like lavender, doesn't it? And then you could almost smell it, couldn't you? I like that bush because it has nice nature in the park, doesn't it? It makes me feel happy and spontaneous when I'm in the park because of the culture around me as well in the park and cultural diversity. You know why I went on there? To get some exercise. So when my sister gets married, I can have exercise and look good. I'm gonna look for a suit online because there's no shops open. My sister asked me if I can be the DJ for her wedding because she doesn't have a DJ anymore for her wedding. She cancelled her DJ. I feel it's very good. It's very good for my sister to say I can be her DJ for her wedding and play the music for her wedding from a memory stick, and then I can have them on the day for the wedding for when she walks down the aisle with her and Daniel.
I like magpies. I have no allegiance to Collingwood or Port Adelaide or any other team that uses them as a mascot, but they're beautiful birds. And I couldn't get close enough to get all of them in one shot with my limited camera skills without getting a blurry photo, but there were about 10 of them all playing and wrestling around together. I talk to magpies more than I talk to humans. I talk to magpies more than anyone except myself. I tend to talk to myself a bit. Well, they sing back. Is that talking? It's amusing because you look at the parents when baby is just non-stop, and it's sort of the look on the face of all parents, I suppose. Oh God, will you shut up? I think as long as they have contact with the right sort of human being, life's fine. This photo, it was aesthetically pleasing. I'm no expert with photos. Most of my photos are of, frozen lasagna or something my father wants to buy, so we take a photo of that. My sister and her then toddler daughter went in there. They split up to a big pod of kangaroos who didn't seem too offended by her, which was good to see. Especially after I dropped my knees flat on my face off the swing. Not keen on playing with children. Didn't expect her to fall forwards. Sure, she's falling now. To be perfectly honest, I don't really go for walk. I spend a lot of time at home. Doesn't really bother me. I don't get lonely ever. But I'd still like freedom of movement. But what can you do? I don't especially like being told what to do unless it's logical, and I think lockdowns logical. So I suppose that's fine. Just get aggravated by people flouting the rules.
That's only last holiday I went with my mum. It was sandy and never get my feet out. Yeah, I like the area. It was really nice. For me, I never always live next to the beach all my life. You can actually hear the waves anyway. Yeah, I think that day was quite windy, I think. Yeah, looked like my mum's head gone high wire right there. Looked like it was quite strong. Yeah, we can hear the birds sometimes if we do hear them. I have not seen these fellas for so long because I didn't know Clarion had them. And now I've seen them, you know, it's really gone to my heart a bit. Because it's the last thing we did together. Me and Mummy used to do things together all the time. Now it's just gone, but I think it's good for me to watch, you know, to look at these photos again. So it was the best. Yeah, actually, that place was really lovely. Actually, you can see the waves. You can see the waves, how strong they are. Now I can do better than I used to do then, because at that time I never speak up for myself, and it helps me a lot now. Since been working with Valid, now having these memories back then. Occasionally, sometimes Mum used to hold me back. I thought she was still her little kid, but I'm not. And seeing these, you know, I can see how strong I am since I'm now.
This is Maribyrnong Road in Moonee Ponds, which is where I live, and it's it used to be like this when I first moved here over 40 years ago. And then High Point, which is just down the road, opened up, and it's never been the same. It's always been very busy and very suburban and quite inner suburban. And what I've noticed is if I do wake up at night, that it's just so quiet, and it is so, it's serene, it's kind of eerie. It is beautiful and peaceful. And yet it shows me that, you know, there's 5 million people in Melbourne, and we're all showing some humanity and some caring by staying at home and by not being out. And this is just such a nice space for me. I don't get to walk in it. I only get to really listen to it. And it's not like being down the beach where you hear the waves rolling in and you've got that slow sort of pushing sound and there's birds around, or if you're at the bush or the park and you've got the frogs and the crickets and things going on. This is just silence. And this is just one of these moments that we'll never set it up again. We'll never see it again. It's just quite unique, and I think it's quite beautiful.